Oh wow, we already dealt 999 damage. That's a trophy. Spinning into action, it's your boy, Zero.
And I am Mash, how are you?
Welcome everyone, we are on episode 13 of our Digimon Sleuth Hackers Memory Let's Play. It's been a while. How's everyone doing?
Yeah, lucky number 13. I'm sure we'll get some luck in this episode and probably be lost for most of it in the beginning at least, and maybe figure something out later.
But of course. So we do odd jobs, obviously, that's what we've been doing for a while in this game. And it looks like here in our messages, we have quite a few requests. One is about a ghost mixer, weird. By the nose, bugs? Hey, it's your favorite, freaking, Sega Saturn game.
Yeah, I think we mentioned that recently.
Missing girl? Okay. Lovely melody. All right. So, Mash, go ahead. Choose one of these thingies. I think
I mean,
the color on the left side of the message should be telling us its difficulty. So I'm assuming yellow is like normal difficulty and then red is harder. Oh yeah, it even tells you how many stars. So
yeah.
3 stars is hard, 2 stars is normal. What do you think?
Now, typically in this type of situation, what I'm looking for is which one is story based. So which one progresses the story versus which one is a side quest. But I mean, as long as we're doing odd jobs, I think you called it out. The bugs one. I think bugs one would be good.
All right. I work at the arcade. Something's wrong with one of the battle games. We're losing money. Please help.
Oh no, the arcade is losing money.
Hey, we love the arcade, so let's go save it.
Yeah.
Start investigating this case.
I don't know if it's in this game. I don't know how. I don't even know where they had those arcades. This probably wasn't Sega related either. But yeah, one of those big Sega arcades with the big red building closed down not too long ago.
Oh, in Japan.
Yeah. Yeah, in Japan. And it's like such a shame because I always wanted to visit one of those, but I never got a chance to go to Japan.
Dude, I'm the same way. I've always wanted to go to the Sega arcades in Japan. I'm forgetting where exactly it is. Obviously, though, like first we need to be there. You know, it's not easy for a couple of New Yorkers to just, you know, pop over there, especially with how expensive things are.
Well, now.
Especially now.
Yeah.
We're poor boys from poor families. Save us, please.
But also, the Japan recently opened its borders, so people will be like flocking in now. They're actually gonna, open up travel to other places. And I have friends that are definitely, definitely been waiting for that since the beginning of the pandemic. So it is possible.
Hell, look, I'm one of them. I want to freaking go.
You know what's bugging me about this arcade?
What?
Like the screens on the cabs are blurry, so you can't actually see what's going on. I don't like that.
I have to mention this again. This is originally a Vita game.
Yeah.
So that's likely why they did that, but they could have easily up-resed it in, for the PS4 version.
I'm sure they up-resed a lot of stuff, but yeah, it just kind of to me looks odd, but also everything else is pretty much in focus except for specifically the game screens.
Yeah.
Like I could even deal with them not being animated or like flashing or something, but yeah, it's just weird to have them blurry.
No, I agree.
Those kinds of things are really cool for games and, movies and stuff like that. Because they can just be creative by creating like little fake games. They could show off their creativity, see like what kind of goofy looking fighting games or bullet hells they could come up with and just plaster them on those cabinet monitors.
Dude, I absolutely agree. Problem here is that's development time.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, game developers don't necessarily get treated too well.
There is a Tekken poster.
Yep, there is. This is a Bandai game. Bandai Namco. They're one company now. and they're gonna cross promote a lot of their stuff.
Yeah.
It only makes sense.
Oh, of course.
All right, something somewhere on this server must be causing the bug. I'll go find whatever it is first. All right, dungeon crawling. Freaking love it. I can go brain dead for a bit. So MASH. Have we been doing anything interesting lately?
No.
Not at all.
We didn't do anything at all. We just sat home.
Nothing at all.
And play video games like every other day.
Mm.
Yeah, well, it's almost a shame because we didn't record any. I had all the camera equipment. We didn't record anything while there, and we didn't record a video talking about it later. But yeah, we went to Magfest about 3 weeks ago at this point, something like that. Maybe
Just about.
Yeah, and no, it was good. I enjoyed it. I had a really good time. I think I was talking about this at some point that it might be like my favorite Magfest, just because for me a lot of things, not everything for me worked out, but a lot of things worked out, and I guess just not getting to go last year and now getting to go this year was really special. Plus it was the first time I drove there too, so now it's like I feel like I leveled up and I could just go every year now. I could just drive to Magfest, no problem. But yeah. It was good. I will say I didn't know a lot of the bands, a lot of the performances. I also didn't see if there was like a DJ battle. I don't think there was one on main stage, but there were some good concerts still. Got to check out. Shoutouts to our friend Joe from MI Geek Scene, who actually you got to meet for the first time, but he introduced me to some of the. He was basically giving me recommendations all week, and I got to check out a band called Cybertronic Spree. I actually really liked it. It felt a lot to me like two other bands that I like, which was Power Glove and Proto Men, but they were dressed up as robots and it was all Transformers themed. And
Oh, wow.
I went as like the last concert that I did for Magfest. I had a little extra time and he was telling me about it, so I went and I was really glad that I did. I was super glad that I went to that concert because it actually, like kicked a lot of ass. So yeah, Magfest was great. And when I got to play tons of like racing and rhythm games, like whenever I was in the arcade, I was pretty much stuck in the racing and the rhythm game section. It was so good this year. So I will, I'll throw it off to you for your experience. This is your first ever Magfest.
That's right, Mash. So, like Mash was saying, we went to Magfest. We drove. I was shotgun. And, yeah, we were playing Ratchet music the whole way there. Just kidding. No, it was a lot of fun. Jesus. I love conventions. Especially conventions that have to deal with video games, obviously. This is what our channel's about. And then, of course, for those of you who don't know, Magfest is not just a video game convention, it's also a music convention. Usually video game music. And I gotta say, holy crap, it's so much fun to be around other nerds that love both gaming and music.
Yeah.
Like you were mentioning earlier, as a matter of fact, we're in an arcade right now in the game, but we were also in an arcade at Magfest. They had two kinds of arcades. A regular arcade where you have arcade cabinets, you can play fighting games against other people, racing games and stuff like that. That's what MASH mainly did, playing those racing games and those rhythm games. I, of course, was playing a lot of Street Fighter over there. Met some of our old friends, actually, from the Hunter Fighting Games Association. Yep. Did not expect to see them. Oh, wow, we already dealt 999 damage. That's a trophy. Also got to do a little bit of karaoke there. Unexpected, actually. You would have thought they had a dedicated karaoke place, but they didn't. What actually happened is some guys brought their Nintendo Switch, hooked it up to one of the various TVs they had available over there, because you had the regular arcade and then you had an arcade for old consoles. So you have a bunch of big ass CRTs. I played Crash 1 on a big CRT. Jet Set Radio, I played it. I played freaking Crazy Taxi on an old CRT. It looked amazing. And like I was saying, a guy brought his Switch, hooked it up to an HD TV. And apparently in Japan, there's like a karaoke app you can download onto your Switch. But then you have to control the game through an app on your phone. so you can select the songs that you want instead of letting the Switch do that because that's too smart. I was able to basically sing to my, well, not to my heart's content. I was able to sing Butterfly, the Japanese intro to Digimon. And there was a bunch of people surrounding us. And to my surprise, a lot of other people started singing along with me. So it's just a bunch of freaking goofballs singing in Japanese, this awesome freaking song. And you could hear it through like that area of the convention center because there was just too many of us.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it. It was one of my highlights because it was just a lot of fun. I later went to go play Rock Band because they had it set up and I signed up for it, even though it took an eternity.
Yeah.
And
There's always a long list.
There is. Oh, the list was long, all right. I ended up singing and playing at the same time. I played the drum set and I sang Walking on the Sun by Smash Mouth. Thankfully, the guy running the stand was kind enough to, set up the microphone and the drum set together. That was late at night, though. That was Saturday night at around 12:30 at night,
Yeah.
So that's when all that crazy stuff was happening.
I think the latest I stayed up was about Saturday, 2 o'clock or something. I don't even remember. It may have been Saturday or it may have been Friday. I don't remember, but yeah, it was just such a good show. And we also, so obviously the big draw of Magfest is Magfest is more, they say it's more of a festival. It has convention aspects to it, but it's more of a festival because it is kind of like a big music festival. There's music going on all over, in the main stage, in the jam spaces, in the hallways, and then even in the atrium, which is kind of just this big open area, part of the resort. So we got very lucky and we got a hotel at the resort with like a balcony view of the atrium. It wasn't like the most amazing view because it wasn't dead center, but still, that experience of getting to walk out and just you're still in your hotel room, you're like eating lunch or dinner or whatever, you're just chilling out, and you get to experience another concert. I thought that was pretty rad. Or just even like looking down and seeing people walk by, seeing people in like cosplay, seeing people do all sorts of goofy stuff that they do at Magfest. It was nice. I really like I was really happy with the hotel upgrade that we got. So, unfortunately, Magfest is always the hotel lottery, Hunger Games. It's very difficult to get those hotels. So I don't know if I'll get quite as lucky next year, or any of us will get quite as lucky next year to even be in the resort. But yeah, if I had an option, I would definitely take that type of hotel room any day.
Dude. I was gonna comment on that. The fact that you were able to get us a balcony room was also a highlight because, at least for the 4 days that you and I were there, and then our friends, two of our friends, one of them being Oni, ended up joining us as well. At least 2 or 3 of those days, we woke up to concerts.
Yeah.
Like literally, we woke up in the morning around 8:30, maybe 9 a.m. And all we hear is this orchestrated video game music being played. Lots of Final Fantasy, Castlevania music. And it was wild because you would get up, brush your teeth, go out to the balcony, just sit there. And from a distance, watch these people just play almost to perfection this amazing music. Only to then get out of your room after eating some breakfast or whatnot or getting ready, and then going to watch other people around the convention center in multiple small spots that are designated for it, just playing more music. Yeah. And you could easily join them if you have your own instrument.
Yeah.
Dude, it's an experience that I wholeheartedly recommend several people to just go and try.
Well, if they get lucky.
If they get lucky, absolutely.
Yeah. I would say you're strictly speaking for you Oni and our other roommate, because like you guys are waking up at like 8 or later. I was waking up at like 6.
Yeah, that's right.
I always tend to have problems sleeping at hotels, but I actually benefited from that because I actually like that. I can wake up, I can run, get breakfast, and I'm already good to start my day. But there was another reason that I needed to wake up, which was I was partaking in a speedrunning marathon. I was volunteering some of my time at Magfest this year to help out with the speedrun marathon called Magfast. I've actually did speedrunning for them over the course of the pandemic, I think twice. And last year when I couldn't make it, I was supposed to be on the stage speedrunning for them, but I wasn't able, unfortunately, to make it. So I participated remotely, like by a remote, in just to do some commentary. Well, this time, since I was going to be at MagFest, I was like, hell yes, I'm going to go and help them out and support and help raise some money and stuff. You know, because they did a lot for me during the pandemic, and I wanted to pay that forward. It's a really cool group of, you know, just gamers, speedrunners, people that organize events and stuff like that. So I definitely wanted to pay it forward. But the funny thing is, even though I was, you know, volunteering my time, I was working for them, and I was trying to pay it forward, I actually ended up having 2 amazing experiences just by doing that I almost feel like I owe them again. But yeah, definitely big shout outs to Magfest, the Magfest community. It was really fun. You guys could catch some of the VODs. I actually did appear in one of the videos on camera, and you could see in some of the other speedruns that I was participating as like the host. I was basically reading donations. You know, like throughout the run, I would like interrupt and say like, we have a new donation. Is it a time to read that and stuff? It was nice. I enjoyed it, and that's part of the reason why I had to keep waking up early at MagFest this year.
Yeah, I remember waking up and not seeing you, and I'm just like, oh wow, he's already gone. But then again, you know, we were all distracted by the amazing music. I actually did sit in for part of your you know, little streaming thing. And like you said, it's pretty cool. Hell, didn't you also get to stream with a prominent voice actress?
Well, I wasn't like there with her, but yes, one of the things that happened was during my run, during my shift, Taraj, who actually helps organize Magfast, was doing a speed run of Portal, and they got Ellen McLean, the voice actress for. Sorry, they got Ellen McLean, the voice actor for GLaDOS, to actually join us for this, you know, production, and it was kind of like a second commentator, you know, as opposed to just having Taraj. There was someone there with him to discuss and like the game and the happenings and stuff. And then they did this special thing where if people donated a set amount of money, then Ellen would read your text as long as you specified it, as long as it was SFW. They would read it. Ellen would read it in GLaDOS voice. So that was like a cool little incentive. And yeah, and then at the very end of the speed run, which was about 2 hours, something like that, 2.5 hours. At the very end, Ellen did a performance of "Still Alive," which was really nice, and everyone was singing along together. It was cool. It was a really cool thing, and you know, I just want to say this right now. I don't want to like show anything behind the curtain. I'm not supposed to. I just showed up. I had no idea any of that was going to happen. I was like, oh, cool, Taraj is doing Portal. This is going to be awesome. I love that game. I had no idea that they had gotten all of that to do, you know, until it was basically happening. And I'll be honest, it made me a little bit nervous because GLaDOS is such a prolific character. You know, to have Ellen there was a great honor. It really was. And then the other thing that happened was that they had me in front of the camera and we were just showing off the little, like a special version of the badge that Magfest does. So that was pretty cool. Then towards the end of that, about 15 minutes, like the last 15 minutes of it was actually broadcasting on Mag TV or Magfest TV. I don't remember what it was called, which means that anyone that's in the hotel room and they have their TV on like regular, like the default, they would have seen us on TV. Like broadcasting in all the hotel rooms throughout the convention center and like various TVs that were set up as well. It was intense. It was really intense. But
that's wild. Yeah. I remember again, I'm not used to conventions doing that stuff. a lot of conventions do stream what's happening, especially if they have, you know, celebrities and stuff.
Yeah.
So that I'm aware of, but I had never been to a convention that goes and says, yeah, we're streaming and, you know, it's going to be on all the TVs here at the hotel and convention center. Excuse me?
To my knowledge, that was new. It was new, and it was a nice touch because, you know, not everyone is going to be able to be at this panel that they want to be, or not everyone is going to be aware of all the different stuff that's happening. So if they're just consistently like switching between different panels, different concerts and whatnot, you know, it gives people that are just kind of relaxing in the hotel a good idea of like, oh, there's the other stuff that's happening. Actually, we have a kind of funny story about that because when we got to our hotel, the TV was already on, and it was on Magfest TV and was playing one of the concerts. I don't know the artist. I didn't know the artist prior to that. I didn't know what was going on, but we're just gonna say that there were some very obscene lyrics that were being that were being sung as we were walking into our hotel room, like over and over and over again.
Yeah, this songstress, you know, very talented, but was repeating a lot of was repeating the same line over and over again.
Because it was the chorus.
Yeah, it was the chorus.
Yeah.
And Mash and I just looked at each other and we're like,
"Where's that coming from?"
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
Like,
Why
it's
do we
on,
hear this?
like it's on the TV. So funny enough, God forbid you were, you know, going to this hotel, not necessarily going to the convention, you know, because that does happen. And you walk into your room and, well, that's playing.
Yeah.
What's the first thing that's gonna go through your mind? That's kind of odd.
So that's a thing that hotels do, because I've been at a lot of conventions and I've noticed, and especially with the hotel that, you know, the resort that Magfest is at, but like hotels will leave the TV on for when you arrive, because when you come in, they want it to be more lively, and it's usually what it is very cliche, is very generic. It's just like harmonious background music that's playing, and it's just the TV is on like the like guide. It's, you know, it's just giving you all the different options you have if you wanted to, you know, come in and just unwind and watch some television. Magfest now has Magfest TV, which is really cool. But yeah, then that happened, and we had that funny moment. I was just blown away that was coming from our TV. Yeah, I thought that was really funny. But
oh no, it was hilarious, and we kept commenting on it
the whole weekend.
Yeah, the whole weekend, because it was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, look, that guy's wearing a New York hat. So that was funny, but it's also cool to see, because if you're going to Magfest, and Mash can back me up on this, you're gonna get tired. Like, if you're on your feet all day and all you're doing is just running around, freaking playing video games, talking to people, buying stuff, finding time to eat, maybe even playing music, or learning music and stuff, because you could learn how to read sheet music or freaking learn how to play an instrument at Magfest too.
Yeah.
Or whatever. If you're just tired, you need a break, but you don't want to miss anything.
Yeah.
Magfest has you covered. Like Nanners, like Mash was saying, go to your hotel room, turn on Mag TV, and you're good to go. It's a really good way. Yeah, it's a really good way to ensure that you always see what's happening, especially if there are concerts happening.
Yeah. I would say that I would like every convention to have that, because I think that's pretty cool. But I don't stay at hotels at most conventions that I go to usually. So, but still, that would be a cool option. Or maybe like an app that, you know, event attendees can access on their phone or something like that. But whatever, you know, if that was to become an app, again, exclusive to attendees, you'd have to verify that you were attending somehow. But if that was an app, that would be really cool, because there's a lot of times, and I get this with Magfest every single year, there's a lot of time where there's just overlap. I want to be at this panel, but I also want to be at this concert, or vice versa. So if someone happens to be going to that panel while something else that they want to do, and they're just sitting online bored, they could take out their phone and they could watch the other thing that they wanted to check out. You know, that could give you, that could alleviate some of the tension of oh, I'm gonna miss out on whatever it was. Oh, last year there was a Eurobeat Initial D type Eurobeat panel that I really wanted to go to, and this year they had it, but it was canceled. Like I just showed up
Oh
and it was
yeah, that's
crossed
right.
out. But because that was canceled, what was happening at the same time? My buddy Joe from MI Geek Scene, it reminded me that there was the band playing Cybertronic Spree. So because of that, because that one panel got canceled, I was free, and now I was able to go check out the concert. Had that not happened, I don't know if I would have had to have this kind of dilemma of like, do I go to the panel, do I go to the concert? Like, I don't know. I mean, I would have enjoyed both because I liked the concert, and I saw a rewind of the panel from last year, and I would have had fun there too. So, yeah, it's a cool option. I really like Magfest TV. Out of all the new things that they've done with the event, I think Magfest TV is probably one of the cooler ones.
No, yeah. I was sad for you that it got canceled, obviously, but
Yeah.
hey, we still got to do some awesome stuff.
Yeah, I got to see a band. I got to see a band where at one point, the drummer took out something that I can't mention and started using it on the snare and just started in a robotic voice saying Danny DeVito over and over. Yeah.
I remember
Just
you
for
telling me
those of
that
you
shit.
that don't know, for those of you that don't know, Magfest is obsessed with a couple of different celebrities and characters and stuff, but Danny DeVito is like the holy grail of Magfest idols. I actually took a video. Maybe I'll send it to Zero so you could pop it into the thing. But coming down the escalators, I saw people like praying to one of the many shrines, but it was the Danny DeVito shrine. So Danny DeVito is. I hope that joke keeps going and it gets bigger and bigger and eventually makes its way back to Danny DeVito, so that one year he just shows up. I think at that point Magfest would have fulfilled its mission statement. So I think we would be finished by that point.
Um, I don't think you. I think you might have mentioned to me that the attendees of Magfest, not Magfest themselves, but the attendees,
Yes.
set up shrines.
Yes.
I did not expect that.
Yeah.
I think you might have mentioned it to me, but I definitely forgot. And it was nice because the first one I noticed was a shrine for Jason David Frank, JDF.
Yeah. I like that. I had heard on Facebook that people were going to do that, and I was really happy that it was there because I thought that was such a cool idea. There was also a Betty White shrine too.
That's right.
Kind of. There's a cutout of Betty White, which I guess was getting turned into a shrine. But yeah, I like I do like it's like, it's a joke. It's done ironically and stuff. But then now it's such a part of Magfest that shrines are expected. And then now shrines are getting used to like actually honor someone that passed away. I think that's kind of cool. Someone brought out one of those kind of easel style pastel whatever stands where they could put up a giant picture of it was the movie that Jason David Frank was working on before he passed away, and then around it there was other like Green Ranger, Power Rangers, JDF kind of memorabilia, and also some random other stuff like as is expected. But that was really cool. That was my favorite shrine.
I gotta agree. It's funny because a lot of people kept leaving stuff at these shrines. So you guys have to understand, people would, I guess, leave offerings, quote unquote, at these shrines, for their, I guess you can call them deity, or for the person that, recently passed away.
Yeah.
And, at JDF's shrine, they left Magic the Gathering cards. People would also leave, like you said, Power Ranger paraphernalia and stuff like that. Maybe not paraphernalia.
Memorabilia.
Memorabilia. Not okay.
Yeah.
I used the wrong word.
Although there may have been some paraphernalia at some of those.
Yes.
We're not going to discuss those. Yeah.
Some people would leave candy or food and whatnot. I found that quite interesting. There was also a shrine for Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Cool. Yep.
Danny DeVito, Betty White. And then one of the other smaller shrines, this one was 3D printed, by the way. There was a shrine for Shrek.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Shrek is love, for Shrek is life. Our buddy Oni decided to take one of the offerings from there. I'm not going to say what it was. But I'm pretty sure they were free anyway. You just, just do whatever you want.
The thing is that by the end of the convention, or at even random points during the convention, the hotel staff they get sick of it, and then they end up just trashing it. So anything that's at a shrine pretty much might as well be free game, because it's like it's gonna get thrown out if not. Which now makes me realize, man, I almost wish we stayed like till Sunday and stuff, like late. I would have loved to take the Brendan Fraser cutout home. That would have been pretty cool to have that, you know?
Yeah, no, I would have liked to take one of those old Power Ranger trading cards. Yeah. I would have loved to take one of those. I did end up taking some other Power Ranger trading cards, but they weren't at a shrine. They were just kind of thrown somewhere. And I just said, I guess this is free. So I just, just did that. So yeah, that was quite interesting. Yes, another interesting thing that I need to say is that we are done. I'm pretty sure, Case face is perfect because, I'm pretty sure we blew past 30 minutes. So we'll continue this mission and our Magfest stories next time. On episode 14 of this playthrough that we're doing. So we want to thank you guys for watching. Mash, please tell everyone thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching and continuing to sit by us. We'll probably have more Magfest stories for the next episode or so, but we hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on our next episode.
That's right, everyone. Once again, like, comment, subscribe. See you next time.
Bye.